Hey, I'm Coffee Bum, but you can call me Coffee. Nice to meet you. Well, Art Fight is officially over. It was my first one ever, so I looked forward to working on my drawings for the event along with the month's projects. Now, it feels a little weird not to have to work on anything related to it. For now, I will patiently wait for the 16th when the winning team will be announced while I look back in reflection. There were 3 questions in mind that I hope to answer. 1. Did I meet my goals? 2. What did I think of Art Fight overall? And 3. What did I learn? I believe I have my answers. Before we get to that, let's have a refresher. Art Fight is a month-long gamified event with the objective being to give art to others. There are teams you can join, a point system to keep track of who's winning, and statistics in your profile to look over, one of them being the points you have accumulated overall. The amount of points you receive depends on the finished piece, which could be digital art or even traditional art. There's also the option to make arts and crafts, so jewelry is possible. Since I draw digital art, I'll focus on that. When submitting a piece, points are given based on character visibility. So it could be a close-up, headshot, half body, or full body. There's also finish, so you can have a rough sketch or make it look clean. Color. You could submit pieces with no color, rough color, and clean color. Shading. So you could submit pieces with no shading, minimal shading, or be fully shaded. And finally, background. You could do a minimal background, use a photo, or have nothing at all. You could do a pattern or have an abstract background, use props, scene elements, or a design layout. And finally, you could make a whole scene. You also get more points from how many characters there are in a piece. Besides the point system, there are some terminologies to keep in mind. Attack, giving art to people in other teams. Friendly fire, giving art to people on the same team as you. Defense, which is the art you received from others. And finally, revenge, giving art to those who gave you art first. You can also create a chain like this. There are usually 2 teams, but this year there were 3 because it was the 10-year anniversary. Now, with our memories refreshed, let's start with the goals I had in mind for this event. The first one was do 2 attacks per week at least. The second was use social media more often. And the third one was to make my art more consistent. So, did I achieve them? Right off the bat, I didn't really achieve that first goal. I came up with my goal on the first day. I plan to do 9 drawings in total with the intention of posting them each week on a Monday. I also hope to do extra drawings on top of that. In total, however, I ended up with 8 drawings, which isn't that bad. I didn't get to finish one because my wrist was going through it and I had hoped to do the Jester meme for an attack, but I didn't get to it. After taking a small break from everything, I only had enough time to do 3 drawings while I edited my last video, uploading them on Artfight as well as on social media. Speaking of, thanks to this event, I did end up posting more often. I did plan to post once a week, but I ended up posting irregularly, which is better than nothing. As a result, I'm kind of getting more comfortable with the idea of posting in general, knowing I'm doing it for fun and don't have high expectations for myself anymore. It also feels like a nice little routine that I will do my best to keep up with. Now, my last goal. Is my art more consistent? I believe so. I'm more confident in my line work compared to before and don't feel so anxious when doing it. I also found it easier to do more chunky line art instead of thin line art, as it matched my very messy sketches. Comparing all my finished pieces together, I'm happy to say that I believe they look finished and not rough compared to before. I also like some of the shading I did for some pieces, which I plan to improve on moving forward. I'm pretty excited to see how much I will improve in a year, now that I plan to draw more in general. Why specifically a year? Well, that's because I plan to join next year's art fight. Speaking of, what did I think of this year's art fight? Well, since I'm already looking forward to next year, I guess you can say I really enjoyed the event. If you happen to follow me on any of my social media or watch YouTube shorts, You might have seen the art I've made during the event. If not, no worries. Here they are! You also get to look at the defenses I ended up with of my little guys. Honestly, this was genuinely the most fun I've had when it comes to creating art. Not only that, Artfight returned my creative drive. Of course, with this being my first year and all, I have nothing to compare this year's Artfight to, so I can say the only issue I had was the site crashing on the first day. I had wanted to make my profile prettier and add in the lore of my characters, but couldn't until days later. To avoid this for next year, I think that's something I will have to work on over the year. Plus, I have other characters that either I haven't polished up yet or only exist in writing that I'm excited to add in slowly for next year's Artfight. After all of this, what did I learn? Apparently, there were many new people who were treating this more seriously while others seemed more apathetic? I won't lie, I'm one of those people who treated this more seriously because I had certain expectations for myself. I was also doing all of my Artfight prep at the very last minute to have it done for the first day. I know for a fact that I wasn't the only one if my TikTok post is anything to go by. Like I said before, I'm already planning on working on my profile throughout the year to not burn out and actually have time to do more drawings and upload my videos on time. I also realize I need to go outside more to recover after a month of sitting in front of my laptop. Actually, that's something we should perhaps all do. Not only would it refresh ourselves, there's a chance something outside could inspire us for the next piece we make. Anyways, I can say I sort of accomplished my goals. I'm definitely going to make new goals to work towards for the next Artfight, which I'm already looking forward to. At some point, I'm thinking of better organizing my bookmarks and putting in new people to get ready for next year. I also have a bunch of people I'm following and followers that I wanted to attack this Artfight but didn't get to. That means I have a lot of people to attack next year. If you're interested and in the process of preparing for next year like this person, you can look me up on Artfight if you want to attack me or be attacked. Regardless, I hope everyone ended up having a fun Artfight experience like I did. If not, hopefully next year's Artfight will be a better experience for all of us. That's all for today. Have a good day or night, and I'll see you soon. Bye!